Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Viewers, your sister and host Sidramin is once again here with you, presenting another beautiful story of a sister, Akisa, who accepted Islam. But first of all, a request to you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do it now. Also, don't forget to like and share the video so message of Allah can reach every home. Jazakallah khair. Today, the story we are going to share is about a sister from Belgium. Not only she accepted Islam herself, but she is also running a welfare organization to help new Muslims. Her original interview was in French, but we are bringing it to you here with English dubbing.
Today, since we are here on a special day dedicated to new Muslims, I would like to introduce you to one of our sisters who embraced Islam. This is Akisa, the president of an association for reverted Muslims. Could you please give us a short and simple introduction of yourself, who you are, how you accepted Islam, and what your organization does for new Muslims?
Let me first explain that I started this association because being a revert myself, I faced some difficulties. First, issues with my family, like them struggling to accept that I had become Muslim. Then from society, I also face hatred and rejection. On top of that, I felt that there was a lack of proper guidance for reverts. So I created this organization to fill that gap. The organization has been around since January 2008. It has two committees, a social committee and an educational committee. The educational committee runs beginner Arabic courses and introduction to Islam courses. That courses are open to everyone, even for non-Muslims. As for the social committee, it works in two main ways. First, like today's event, we organize gatherings where reverts can meet each other. These events provide guidance, and we even meet with the families of reverts when they request to help parents understand why their children or family members who became Muslims. We also welcome non-Muslim families of reverts during Ramadan. We try to find families who are willing to host them so they can share in the experience of an iftar meal. And we also distribute food, clothes, and blankets to the homeless.
So, what actually happened that made you embrace Islam? You are originally Belgian, and now you are Muslim. We would love to know what led you to that decision.
Well, I grew up in a small village where there were no Muslims at all, not even any non Belgian Christians or Jews. I mean, it was 100% native Belgians. So, as you can imagine, I had never even heard about Islam before. But one day, I went to the local library in my area. There, I met a woman who was Muslim. She wore hijab, so to me, her clothing already looked strange. She was holding a book in her hands, and I noticed she kissed it. That shocked me. I asked myself, why is that woman kissing a book? Is there something wrong with her? Or is it something I don't know about? My curiosity grew so much that I couldn't stop myself from asking her. I went up to her and said, "Sorry to bother you, but I would like to know, why are you kissing a book? I mean, it's just paper, just pages." She explained to me that the book was actually the Holy Quran. Then she started telling me a little bit about Islam. I had never known anything about it before, but at that moment I felt something really strong inside me. There was something so captivating in her words, and I didn't want her to stop speaking. She told me about the story of Jesus, about his respect in Islam, that he was a prophet just like Moses, Adam and Eve, and Abraham. She explained the common ground between Islam and Christianity. Everything she said felt true to me. I found answers to my questions, answers I had never found in Christianity. Actually, these were the gaps I had felt in Christianity, and I had been searching for answers.
Were you a practicing Christian before?
No, I wasn't really practicing. Sometimes we went to church and I had been baptized, but that was it. At my baptism, there was just a small celebration at the church and nothing more. So, yes, you could say my practice of Christianity was very limited, but inside, I was searching for my identity. I looked at the faith of different people. For example, my best friend at that time believed in things like magic and witchcraft. I even explored that path, trying to find the true religion, but I never found it. When I discovered Islam, I felt like I had finally arrived. I wanted to know more and more. I had only gone to the library for a short while, but I ended up staying for hours talking to her. And I still was willing to listen more and more about Islam. After just a few hours of talking, I finally said, I can't wait anymore. Right then and there, I declared the Shahada and embraced Islam. So when I left home for library, I was a Catholic, but when I came back, I was Muslim.
Didn't you have any concerns? Since you must have heard things about Islam from the media or elsewhere.
At that time, no, I was young, only 16 when I accepted Islam. Back then, people didn't talk about Islam so negative the way they do today. Like I said, I was from a village. For me, Islam was something completely unknown. The only things I knew were Muslim women wore headscarves, Muslim didn't eat pork, and they didn't drink alcohol. That's all I knew. But I wanted to learn more.
How did your family react to your conversion when you came home and said, I'm Muslim? How did things unfold?
Actually, I didn't announce it immediately. I used to go to a PMS center at school where you could discuss personal issues and get guidance. During my teenage years, I had a lot of problems with my parents. At that PMS center, there was a meeting with a judge. I told the judge that I had accepted Islam, but my parents didn't know yet, and I was worried about what to do. So the judge called my parents and told them directly, your daughter has become Muslim. She is an adult now. She has the right to live her life as she chooses. Even though I had begged them not to tell my parents yet, because I knew it would be a big shock. And indeed it was. They never expected this. It was a hammer blow to their heads. It was probably the worst way to tell them that their daughter had become Muslim.
How are you? Now your daughter has just told us how she met a girl in the library and through that become Muslim. We would like to know, when the judge told you at a school that your daughter had become Muslim, how did you take it?
I would say at that moment it was a huge shock because she was very emotional in her teenage years, always easily influenced. At first she followed Michael Jackson's life to the letter. Sometimes she skipped school. She gave us a hard time in many ways. One day she even called us from the train station saying that she was taking a train to Brussels for a Michael Jackson concert without telling us beforehand. So when I heard at the school court that she was complaining to the judge about us, saying we didn't allow her to go to Brussels, I thought it was about the concert. But actually she was going to Brussels to learn more about Islam, not for Michael Jackson.
And what was your reaction then?
At first, I thought it was just another phase of teenage rebellion. I told myself, how far can she go with her teenage whims? We thought becoming Muslim was just like her obsession with Michael Jackson. But as the years went by, she became stronger and more mature. She started showing me so much respect, so much more than before. Before I wouldn't even see her for 2 days. Now she calls me 3 or 4 times a day. Our relationship has become really, really very beautiful. She became much more respectful and caring towards her parents. At the beginning we had many fights. I tried to impose my way of life on her. For example, she tried to visit us while wearing hijab. We were living in a small village. I felt pressure from the neighbors, from the community around us. People would say, "Your daughter has rebelled."
So we told her, you can be Muslim, you can believe in this religion.
I wouldn't oppose that, but don't wear the hijab. But with time, she explained to us that she couldn't give up God's commands just because of some ignorant people, and gradually we learned to accept her wearing the hijab.
Before your daughter became Muslim, what did you know about Islam?
Honestly, nothing. I never researched it. I didn't understand much at all. Everything I know now, I learned from my daughter.
Yes, and over time, I became more mature. I started practicing Islam better, and my parents saw the improvement in my character. They saw that I was committed to this path and that I felt good living it. Now, when I visit their house, my mom prepares halal food for me. She even travels 25 kilometers to Liège to buy halal meat from a bakery and a butcher.
Yes, that's true. I would never let her eat or drink anything haram. I respect her religion.
What message would you give to parents who are in the same situation as you, whose children have become Muslim?
I would say it's useless to fight against it because overall, Islam has been something good for us. This religion changed my daughter. She became a much better person than before. As a child, she was very troublesome, never calm, but now she is very peaceful. At first, she gave us a lot of pain, but today, if I go to speak to other parents in my situation whose children have become Muslim, I would say, don't be afraid. This religion wouldn't harm them. And anyway, shutting the door on your children is not a solution.
Akisa, what about your siblings? How did they react?
Well, my younger sister is very strong in her Christian faith. She does believe Islam is also true, but she doesn't want to talk about it. She never asked me questions. At the beginning, my brother argued with me a lot, asking why do Muslims do this? Why do they do that? Even with my sister, we argued. But that was just at the start. Now they have accepted that I am Muslim.
And what advice would you give to young women who want to follow your path or who have already accepted Islam but are struggling?
That's exactly why I created this association to prevent stories like mine from repeating. I tell reverts now, don't rush. Tell your parents about your conversion only when you already have some knowledge. When you are prepared to answer their questions, I regret the way my parents found out. If I had knowledge about Islam before, I could have explained clearly why I accepted it. So, my advice to young reverts is patience, patience, and patience. Remember, in Makkah, Islam was hidden for many years in the beginning. Be patient, wait for the right time, and only share it with your parents when you are ready, when you have enough knowledge to answer their tough questions.